For decades, building a hardcore off-road vehicle followed a familiar formula. Take a heavy-duty steel frame, install a massive V8 engine, add locking differentials, and sell it at a premium price. Brands like Jeep, Land Rover, and Mercedes-Benz mastered this approach. Even modern electric off-roaders in the West, such as the enormous Hummer EV, still depend mostly on brute power and sheer weight. But China is taking a completely different approach and changing the rules of off-road engineering. Meet the Jetour Traveler 8, also known as the T3 concept. Developed by Jetour, the off-road division of Chery, this isn't just another SUV built for city streets or shopping malls. It's a 1,280 horsepower machine that looks more suited for a military mission than a daily commute. The exterior immediately stands out with its bold, armored design. Unlike the smooth and rounded styling of many European SUVs, the Traveler 8 features sharp geometric lines, a wide stance, and massive ground clearance that make it resemble a futuristic lunar rover rather than a family vehicle. Inside, the cabin feels more like a high-tech aerospace command center than a traditional SUV interior. The driver is surrounded by rugged materials and advanced technology designed to handle some of the toughest environments imaginable. However, the real story isn't the aggressive design, it's the technology hidden underneath. Beneath the armored shell is Jetour's advanced Kun architecture, a digital and mechanical platform that redefines how traction and off-road performance work. Vehicles like the Mercedes G-Wagon may have long been considered kings of off-roading, but the Traveler 8 shows just how outdated traditional mechanical systems are becoming. To understand why this SUV is such a breakthrough, you have to look at how it delivers power. In a traditional 4x4, the engine sends power through a transmission and transfer case, mechanically splitting torque between the front and rear axles. These systems are heavy, slower to react, and full of mechanical parts that can fail under extreme stress. Jetour completely eliminated that old setup. The Traveler 8 uses an advanced quad motor system, meaning each wheel has its own dedicated electric motor. There are no traditional mechanical differentials connecting the wheels. Instead, every wheel is independently powered by a 250 kilowatt motor. Combined, the four motors generate an incredible 1,282 horsepower. Despite being a large, heavily armored off-road SUV, it can sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. Supercar-level performance in a rugged off-road machine. But raw speed isn't what makes this system special. The true advantage is its intelligent torque vectoring. Since each wheel is independently controlled, the vehicle's AI constantly monitors traction at every tire hundreds of times per second. For example, if one wheel is gripping solid rock while the others are slipping in deep mud, the system instantly redirects power only to the wheel with traction. This happens in milliseconds, without the driver needing to manually engage locks or switches. It's an advanced form of traction control that pushes off-road capability to an entirely new level. Jetour didn't stop there. The steering technology is just as revolutionary. While vehicles like the Hummer EV introduced features such as crab walk, allowing diagonal movement at low speeds, the Traveler 8 takes maneuverability much further. Built on an advanced body-on-frame chassis with rear-wheel steering, the rear wheels can turn up to 10 degrees in either direction. Combined with the quad-motor setup, the SUV can rotate the left wheels forward while spinning the right wheels backward. The result is extraordinary. The Traveler 8 can perform a full 360-degree tank turn in place without moving forward or backward. Imagine being trapped on a narrow mountain trail with cliffs on one side and rocks on the other. In a traditional off-roader, turning around could be impossible. In the Traveler 8, the vehicle simply rotates on its own axis and heads back the other way. This gives drivers a level of maneuverability that makes conventional steering systems feel outdated. Of course, many traditional off-road enthusiasts are skeptical of electric vehicles. A common concern is what happens if the battery dies in the middle of a remote trail or harsh desert environment. For years, that has been one of the biggest criticisms of electric off-roaders. Looking at today's Western EV market, those concerns are understandable. If you take vehicles like the Rivian R1T, Ford F-150 Lightning, or Hummer EV deep into remote wilderness and misjudge your battery range, the situation can quickly become stressful. Fast chargers are almost non-existent in dense forests, deserts, or isolated mountain trails. For many off-road enthusiasts, the fear of watching battery levels drop while navigating difficult terrain is the biggest reason they still prefer traditional gasoline or diesel-powered vehicles. Reliability and the ability to refuel anywhere remain critical for true off-road survival. Jetour recognized this problem and designed the Traveler 8 with a completely different solution. Instead of relying solely on battery power, the SUV uses an advanced EREV system, an extended-range electric vehicle architecture. Hidden beneath its futuristic body is a highly efficient internal combustion engine that works purely as a power generator. To make this clear, the gasoline engine never directly powers the wheels. It has no mechanical connection to the axles. Its only purpose is to generate electricity at maximum efficiency, continuously supplying energy to the battery pack and the 4 electric motors when needed. This setup combines the strengths of both electric and traditional vehicles. Drivers get the instant torque, silent operation, and rapid response of a 1,280 horsepower quad-motor EV, while also enjoying the long-distance reliability and easy refueling benefits of a conventional fuel-powered vehicle. With a full battery and a full tank of fuel, the Traveler 8 is claimed to achieve an incredible range of around 870 miles, or roughly 1,400 kilometers, without relying on charging infrastructure. That level of range opens up entirely new possibilities for adventure. Drivers could cross vast deserts, explore remote mountain regions, and travel far beyond normal EV limits. Once at camp, the vehicle's V2L, vehicle-to-load system, can also provide power for equipment like electric grills, floodlights, heaters, and other devices for extended periods. In essence, the Traveler 8 aims to deliver extreme electric off-road performance without the range anxiety that still affects many Western EVs today. When you combine all of its technologies, the Traveler 8 starts to look less like a traditional SUV and more like a glimpse into the future of off-roading. It features a pillarless design, 4 independent electric motors producing nearly 1,300 horsepower, an AI-controlled chassis capable of 360-degree tank turns, and an extended range system designed to eliminate one of the biggest weaknesses of electric vehicles. This is more than just a concept car. It represents a major challenge to the traditional off-road industry, especially in markets dominated by American and European brands. For decades, manufacturers from the United States, Germany, and the UK have defined what premium off-road vehicles should be. Much of their appeal has been built around heritage, iconic badges, powerful V8 engines, and long-standing reputations. But while tradition carries emotional value, it doesn't necessarily solve modern engineering challenges. Jetour's approach suggests that the future of off-roading may depend less on massive mechanical systems and more on intelligent software, electric powertrains, and advanced engineering. At the same time, many Western automakers are still struggling to improve range, weight, and charging limitations in their electric trucks and SUVs. Chinese manufacturers, meanwhile, are moving rapidly, experimenting with new technologies and releasing vehicles that rethink off-road performance from the ground up. The focus is shifting away from bigger engines and louder exhaust systems. Instead, the new battlefield is centered around AI-driven control systems, advanced batteries, and highly capable electric motors. The big question now is whether traditional Western automakers are ready to embrace this new direction or if they risk falling behind as the industry evolves. So what do you think? Would you trust a futuristic 1,280 horsepower electric off-roader like the Traveler 8 on a serious trail, or would you still choose a classic V8 powered machine?